Hi, my name is Rebecca Schwartz. I am 29 years old and I am pursuing a master's in the art of teaching with an early childhood special education teaching credential here at Bremen University. I have been working in early childhood education for roughly 4 years now. I started as a private school toddler teacher. Then I actually transitioned to a TK classroom in the private sector, and then 2018 was my first year as a state preschool teacher, and I did do inclusion. I really love early childhood. It's probably something that I'm extremely passionate about. I feel that it sets the foundations for a lifelong love of learning. It gives children this window of school, and it teaches them to really go to school and love being at school and working with their peers, and it gives them a total introduction to education. I mean, I went to private preschool and I don't remember it, but I know that the kids that I teach in preschool, they go home and they love it. So I think it's important. This course does talk about NAEYC standards. I am familiar with NAEYC. I did work at a NAEYC school, and my private school was NAEYC qualified, or however it's worded. And where I did my bachelor's at National University, it was a NAEYC type program as well. But the standards that this course talks about are NAEYC Standard 2, Family and Community Partnerships, and then NAEYC Standard 4, Developmentally, Culturally, and Linguistically Appropriate Teaching Practices. I personally feel that these are really important because it sets like a set of standards or foundations for teachers to follow in order to have appropriate teaching styles, curriculum, and make sure that their classrooms are appropriate, for whatever ages that they're teaching, and it gives them like somewhere to start from. The California Early Childhood Educator Competencies, I am new. I've never heard of those really, but this course talks about family and community engagement, culture, equity, and diversity, and then dual language learning. I work in a very different socioeconomic community than I live in. And I think that these competencies are so important because a lot of our children are dual language learners. And I don't speak Spanish, but out in Banning we have a dual immersion program where the kids can do Spanish and English at the same time. And it's really helpful for you get a seal from the state at the end of high school that says that you're a certified bilingual person. And that is you can't put a price tag on that. But I really think that these are so important because we teach in such an ethnically diverse society, and then a socioeconomic diverse society. Everybody has a different status, and everybody has a different place. And I think that it's really important to have the solid set of foundations for educators to base what they do off of, so to make sure every child is getting the same sort of start when it comes to education, because you want all children to learn the California preschool learning standards, and you want everybody to be able to have the same skills, if not more skills than I had when I was a child. The experiences or expertise that I think that I have that will contribute to the learning community in this course are probably that I do work in a very diverse society. I work in Banning, California, and I am working as an emergency intern for a special education preschool class. I was just hired at the beginning of the school year because they had 14 IRC referrals for little babies with special needs at the very last minute, and we actually had to open up 2 preschool classes for special education because these kiddos aren't ready to go into inclusion just yet. So it was kind of crazy in an emergency situation, but I totally love it. It's challenging, and these kids are just phenomenal. They're amazing, and they just need a little extra love. And they're going to be fine. They'll be like everybody else. They just need more help and more guidance to get there. But that's it. Thank you so much. Have a good night.